What's going on, ladies and gents? This is Dorian.
And this is Miss MVP. How you guys doing today?
And welcome everyone to another episode of the Convos in the Park podcast. For our first-time listeners, we hope that we say something or spark something in you that make you want to stay and continue to enjoy the conversations. For our day ones and everyone else in between, we greatly appreciate y'all as well. Miss MVP, how's you doing today?
I'm okay. I've been chilling. Easy breezy. The storms have passed by, so we're good. What about yourself?
Okay. I am pushing through. I have been, counting today, this will be almost 10 days straight of work.
Oh, there's nothing.
Hey, when you get old like me and you're used to your 2 days off, not having it, it throws a little wrench in your system.
That's nothing. Nothing.
How is it nothing?
Try working 6 days a week for 6 weeks during what's called peak season, from second week of November to the first week of January, and only having 1 day off a week. Doing that for 6 weeks.
Keyword, you had 1 day off a week. I'm talking
1 day off a week. Listen, 6 days.
Right, but I'm talking this one particular instance. Weeks. I've been working straight.
That's just 10 days. Like I said, 6 days. 6
That's just 10 days right now. I still have to finish out the week.
Rookie. You can do it. Push through just a few more hours. 72 more hours.
72 hours is a lot.
I mean, it's not a whole 72.
I know it's not a whole 72, but still, that's a lot of time.
Nah. Go
time
to sleep
that shouldn't be
as soon as
wasted.
you get home from work. Go to sleep as soon as you get home from work.
That's what I've been doing every day this whole time.
Keep doing
majority
it.
of the time.
I'm a jerk, I know. But anyway, what's on your mind today, sir?
Actually, before we got back into the series, there was something that I saw on my daily rounds of social media, and I thought it was interesting. So it was, but to kind of explain it a bit, it was somebody playing a prank. And what they did was they told that, I think it was a husband. No, it was the wife telling the husband that he ended up sleeping with the work husband.
Okay.
And
the husband
no. I think they
sleeping with his work
husband? No. That was one. But that wasn't the one I'm talking about. That was the one I most recently saw. But the prank I'm really thinking about is wife, same thing. Wife told the husband that they named the child after her ex's, gave her ex's, name. But it was a prank. Which is kind of, I think for me, that's pretty jacked up. Now, granted, I thought about it for a bit. I could understand if maybe it was an ex weird situation, maybe, the ex and the man were cool or something to that effect, passed, honors memory, some extreme situation. Okay, I could somewhat understand. But yeah, if it's an ex and you ain't seen them in like forever, then yeah, that's something I wouldn't go for, especially if I knew. If I found out, that's even worse. After the kid was born.
If it's a common name, you can swindle your way out of that. But if it's something like Coyote or I'm in the middle of watching the TV series and there's somebody named Coyote in there. But, if it's Steve or John or Johnny, you can kind of go around that. But if it's something unique, like my name or
Reese.
Yes. Or O'Shea. You know what I'm saying? Like, you kind of know that that's your ex, especially.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Some people, they go overboard when it comes to these pranks. And I don't feel sorry for them because they know what type of person they are with. And it can lead to a whole lot of. So.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like in that video, like I said, it was a video, it was a prank. I don't know if the whole thing was, planned out, it was a skit or whatever. But, yeah, the husband threw water in his wife's face after finding that out.
Woo.
Yeah, like I said, that was something else, and that was quite interesting. Like I said, I wouldn't know how. I would feel some kind of way if it was, especially if it was like an ex that maybe treated you wrong or was on a wrong end of it, and then for some reason you still decide to name the child after that person. Yeah.
My children have simple, common / unique names. Their middle names are common, but I don't know. I just don't play those games.
No.
I don't feel sorry for them. I don't. Sad to say, but you're with an asshole. And I just coming from an asshole. I just don't play those games. So
world class one. Yeah.
Whatever. I'm great at what I do. So to hell with you. Shout. 6 foot, 8 foot. That's me. And yeah, I don't know. Anyway, you want to jump right into the rolling of the second part?
Yes, let's go ahead and do so.
Gotcha. I like to thank everybody who did listen to part 1. Let's start at the end. Sometimes we have to rip the Band-Aid off in order for it to make sense. One of my friends asked me, she was like, is this series hard for me? Because like I said before, everybody know that my dad and I were close as hell. I still talk to him. And I told her it was a couple times I kind of got a little emotional, but you gotta heal, and you can't heal if you holding it in. So it's kind of like a little bit of a therapy for me, as well as education for those who are going through it or about to go through it, because we have hospice situations and we know that our parents are sick. Now, I have older parents, but my dad didn't die because of old age or anything like that. He died because of this bitch ass COVID that's out here. However, we all have to do it, and we all have to heal. So we have to educate ourselves. Yes. Secondly, this next part is going to be slightly morbid, not as morbid, and because I don't want to push people away or think this is what we always do. No, absolutely not. We go down a rabbit hole sometimes. Sometimes we ramble. Sometimes we have stuff to talk about and we don't even get a chance to talk about it except for the last 5 or 10 minutes of the show. It's just because things arise. However, I will try to keep it on subject and go from there. I want to talk about a portion of what I talked about last time, which was accidental death. And I say that because accidental death is in a lot of shootings, car wrecks, and stuff like that. And by no means am I saying that the coroners or the medical examiners are not doing their jobs.
Yeah.
But a lot of Black shootings, police shootings, do get ruled as accidental death.
Yeah, which is, I mean, you like you said, we could go down a deeper, dark rabbit hole as far as the justice behind that. But yeah, I digress.
Yeah. So I'm about to look that up. How many accidental gun deaths per year? And see exactly when. So it says we estimated 430 unintentional firearm fatalities in the United States per year. Wow. The rate is higher for older children to young adults ages 10 to 29, which is absurd. Why is a 10-year-old? You see what I'm saying? Why you can't put your stuff away? The vast majority of the victims are male. Common circumstances includes playing with the gun, 28.3% of the incidents, and thinking the gun was unloaded, 17.2%, and 13.8% is hunting. And that came from the NJEPI journal, the Biomedical Central. However, when we talk about accidental death, when it comes to police shootings, and I'm not saying that anybody's going to go through this, not wishing any bad luck on anybody, but I guarantee you, if you had a $250,000, $500,000, couple $1 million insurance policy, that they wouldn't rule it as an accidental death. They will find out what the hell happened. And that goes back to the insurance thing. We must, as a community, if it's possible, by all means, if it's possible, get it early. I looked at, this is unsponsored, by the way, Colonial Penn. I saw a commercial, and it's literally $9.95 a month. Some of y'all fuck that off in McDonald's drive-thru on a daily.
No, there's no way.
Some of y'all spend that on a pack of cigarettes, pack of Swishers, couple 6-packs going down the drain. You see what I'm saying? Like $9.95 a month. Starbucks, and I'm a victim to that. My 6-year-old told me today, I'm just craving Starbucks. I said, you need to crave you a job. I'm not going to Starbucks no more. Oh, Mom, I just want a cake pop. There are cake pops in the freezer, pimp. You see what I'm saying? Like, I make cake pops. I just want a blue one. I can't help you on that one. But it's cake pops in the freezer. But it's, excuse me, I got off subject, but we need to definitely get some insurance, because the death with the police, the shootings, the Black community, the Black on Black community itself, that it's just guns are getting out of control. These kids are getting their hands on guns more often. And it's not even just that. I was reading on one of these websites. It says most of the insurance policies are kind of worded to where the death must occur as a result of the accident or independent of the other cause. But take this into consideration.
Okay.
The courts have ruled that if someone suffers some type of medical condition, heart attack, seizure, not necessarily shortness of breath, but losing breath, anything while they're driving and they lose control and the other cars, it could be 1,000 of them, whatever. If they suffer fatal injuries they're entitled to accidental death benefits. You see what I'm saying? The victims and the person who suffered that, because it was sincerely an accident. They can't control when they have seizures or when they had a stroke while they're driving. You see what I'm saying? So we have to think of that, like the natural causes that may happen when you are doing simple things. And like I spoke about my friend who was a lineman, they had to have that accidental death. But he also had a separate policy on himself, not just the job, that you have to cover yourself. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So life, accidental, whatever. And we think of accidental death as something simple. Accidental death on some insurance policies are seriously minimal. On my insurance policy, my accidental death every month, 57 cents as a rider policy.
Wow. Yeah,
it's an extra 57 cents.
Yeah, I think mine's like $2.50.
So do you see what I'm saying? I'm sorry, it's not 57 cents a month, 57 cents a pay period. Okay. For accidental death policy, additional policy rider. And I got a pretty decent amount. You see what I'm saying? And it's crazy how that is also not talked about. And on another website, Investopia, it said the accidental death benefit is usually paid in addition to the standard benefits payable if the insured died of natural causes. So you get your accident and you get your
regular life,
your regular one. You see what I'm saying? So depending on the insurer of the policy, an accidental death benefit may extend up to a year after the initial accident, provided the accident led to the insurer's death. So you just have to read, have a great underwriter, have a great insurance person. Policy. My brain kind of blanked out right there because I wanted to say insurance adjuster, but that's not it.
No.
We're gonna have a guy to come on the show and talk to us regarding a lot of insurance, and hopefully he can give us some insight. Correct me on any issues that I may have about to misspoke on. I try to double check my facts and triple check my facts when I try not to speak on things I don't know anything about. So I'd rather learn than speak on it. So it's a lot. And the accidental death, I mean, just think about it. I talked to you the other day, right? Yep. And it was storming. And I told you about how many cars I saw on the interstate that were in the ditch.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't want to be on that list. You know what I'm saying? And I am a praying woman. So I prayed. I was praying the whole time coming down 65. And it's like, how many of these could have been fatal?
Yeah.
And it's an accident. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, completely understand. That's like the day when I was at work. I went to go visit, went to go one site, and then on my way back to the office, I seen a dump truck turned over.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering to myself, like, how, of course, it's an accident, but it's like, how, of course, something as heavy as a dump truck, like, what were they doing or what could have happened?
Yeah.
For it to be turned on its side. Like,
and it's almost like you want to not necessarily blame them, but you immediately go to, you're almost in one of these safest vehicles, unless it's a windstorm.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. And like I said, when I saw it, it was just like everything was just in my mind. Like, okay, was he trying to turn too sharp on the curve and just, the weight shifted over to one side and just caught him all the way over? Did he get, by chance, was he possibly sideswiped by a bigger truck? All those scenarios. Oh, yeah. All those scenarios ran through my head. And of course, the main thing I was thinking in my head, like, I hope at least he is okay.
Yeah. And it could be something as simple, and I'll get back on track in a second. It could be something as simple as this person had a semi-allergic reaction to anything. It could be pollen, and they had a sneezing fit, and they just couldn't stop sneezing and lost control of the car. It is something as simple as that. You can sneeze and have a back spasm and throw your back out. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. It's something as simple as that, and that's accidental, and then you don't have insurance to cover it, and then your family isn't necessarily taken care of, or they're back at square one wondering what to do without you. You know what I'm saying? God forbid something like that ever happens. But I had an associate of mine years ago. He's older than me, and he was one of those, big brothers in the neighborhood type person. So when we left the neighborhood, I would see him periodically and stuff like that. And then when I heard how he died, I got very emotional because it was senseless. He worked on the interstate. He was one of those, not necessarily dump truck guys, but he worked on the interstate when it came to the, like when they repaving it at night.
Right.
And somebody came in the construction zone and all that, speeding, hit him, he flew, blah, 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 blah. And the rest is history. You see what I'm saying? So it's something like that. That's definitely an accident. And it's just senseless, but I can go on and on and on about the endless possibilities of what can happen if you have have an accident.
Yeah.
Or things to cause an accident. I mean, it's crazy, but we have got to have
dozens of scenarios in your head about that.
Yes, dozens. And it's amazing. And we can have this is not Johnson & Johnson. It's just lost it. I think I want to say it's Globe Life. They have for children. And the shit is cheap. Yeah. Like literally pennies. It's less than $1 if you started early. Up until they're 18. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think I remember seeing a commercial. I think Gerber's had one like that.
Gerber's, not Global. Yeah. Gerber's, yes.
Okay.
It's cheap. I've been doing a lot of research, so I got a lot of insurance companies in my head. Yeah, so I mean, it's easy and it's simple, and it's just the fact that you got to put the fucking phone down. Stop texting, call, send it off. I mean, you can have this debited from your account. It's so little you won't even recognize it. It's between, depending on the age of your child, if you got something less than 10, it's between $3 a month for the older kids, $3 and some change, and going towards like less than $1. But this is also based on just one child. Now, if you got twins, triplets, or 4 kids, there's 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, it can get a little pricey.
Yeah.
I'm not saying pick your favorite child and cover them. I'm not saying none of that. I'm not saying pick your clumsiest child and cover them. I'm just saying if you start early, you know what I'm saying? Right. It won't be so bad. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Please don't take it like I want you to only cover one of your children, because some of y'all think under the bus.
No, they can't possibly think that way.
Yes, they can. They really can. We we have a lot of people who don't think things thoroughly through when it comes to that. But yeah, and also too, when it comes to not just insurance for your body, yourself, your children. And I'm going to say this with the utmost possible respect. Get you some car insurance. Have you some comprehension, some collision, and some medical. Because some of y'all mofos can't drive. Period.
Woo, yeah.
And some of y'all that live in no-fault state, and I'm going to say like Massachusetts, some of y'all need to just stop driving. Just stop. Give it up.
No, and the only downside to me moving to Georgia is the drivers. And I don't care if you're listening and you're from Georgia and you think yourself the best driver, that's good for you. But I've seen some of y'all, and some of y'all drive like it's the Fast and the Furious. Some of y'all drive like Evel Knievel. Yeah, it gets ridiculous.
It is. And I have driven in Georgia, and several times I've driven when it was dry, wet, snowing. That snowing shit's for the birds. Y'all, you already know I don't deal with the snow. My knees start buckling. I'm like, get me back down, Sulphur. I can't do it. I need 55 or better, 70% humidity or more. I can't function. I can't function.
Give me the snow. Give me the snow. Give me the cold.
Hell no.
Gucci. Just, yeah. I'm reverse of that. Like, I can deal with 55-degree weather. I can deal with 60. When I start getting the 70s and the 80s and the humidity hit,
nope.
It's a wrap.
Good. I'm good. Just don't touch me when it's hot. That's the only thing I ask for. I can function, just don't touch me. But going back to the insurance for the vehicles,
mm-hmm.
unless, and I'm speaking on what I know. I will never speak on anything I don't know unless somebody's giving me a script to read. However, nobody has done that. In the United States, don't laugh at me. In the United States, car fatalities and car wrecks are almost immeasurable. It was in Escambia County. Don't know exactly where in Escambia County, but it was closer to the Panhandle. The Baldwin County side of it.
Okay.
It was 4.5 hours that the interstate was shut down. I don't know exactly which one it was, but it was shut down because somebody went the wrong way speeding.
Wow.
Then, prior to that, I want to say right around Christmas, Thanksgiving, it's a home in North Alabama for orphan girls.
Mm-hmm.
They were coming down for a trip. It was about 5 of them. It was the father, his daughters who worked there, his daughters, ranchers, that's what they were, and a couple of other girls. And they got hit. All of them.
Wow.
Baby to like 14. Another one. And this will hurt my heart. Oh my God. The little boy that was on the ride from spring break from Missouri, who was in Florida with his best friends.
Mm-hmm.
They ruled that his seat was manually adjusted for his weight. So his family is about to own everything down there. That baby, his mama, and then I'm not saying that they had insurance or not or anything like that. I'm just speaking on the fact of accidental death.
Yeah.
This baby went on a ride. How many times have we gone on rides, roller coasters? I'm afraid of heights. I don't do that shit no more. My last ride was the Batman ride, Six Flags over New Orleans prior to Hurricane Katrina. I don't do that shit no more. I didn't piss myself. I don't do that. My feet to the ground. Don't do that. feet swinging and flying in the air. No, I am not Batman. But how many of us have done that? How many of us have just gone to the carnival and just got in line on the swings, on the roller coaster, in that little spaceship, zero gravity thing? Like, just they throw that shit up in 3 hours and take it down in 2. Yeah. How many of us have actually thought about that? Some states have regulations, they have inspectors, others don't. I don't know every state. I don't know, but I know here in Alabama, they throw this shit up so fast, it could be one across the street tomorrow. You're like, when did y'all pull up?
Yeah.
I know you ain't got nothing inspected. You see what I'm saying? So it's like accidental death can happen everywhere. Yeah. On the way there, at the ride, at the place. And it's not just an old person falling down the steps.
No.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Nah, like for me, when it comes to accidental death, like that wasn't even something I would think of, period. And I didn't start thinking about that until my current job. And not even just the field, but the fact that they brought it up when it was talking about insurance, and they just, you start questioning like, okay, so what does accidental death mean? And they were like, well, you got to think about, our industry, we deal, we're around electricity, we're around, voltage. And it's like, and even with us, they say, don't wear, they tell men don't wear their wedding bands because as soon as you hit some electricity, boom, there goes your finger.
Yeah. And that is true. Now, I can say this is I don't work there no more. I worked at UPS for years. Okay. I've seen a lot of accidents where I've seen a lot of accidents where people jumping out of things, drivers pulling off with people still in the back of the truck. I've seen a lot of things. That's all I'm gonna say. I've seen a lot of things. Some things in certain places where you saw somebody do 10 or 12 times, you hear that somebody else done it in another location and they're dead.
Yeah.
It's something simple. Another thing, you idiots that's walking around here with your earbuds in and your earbuds that are sky high and you can't hear your surroundings. Fuck you. And I'm going to say that just like that. You need to pay attention because one of y'all going to die very soon. You need to pay attention. That's going to be a huge accident. And I don't want to be mean. I promise you, I don't want to be mean when I say this, but sometimes you got to rip the Band-Aid off. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Pay attention. There's no reason for you to have both of those earbuds in your ear, sky high, and you don't know what's going on. Somebody could be calling your name because a boulder coming your way. Get out the way. And then the first time that somebody touch you to try to pull you out the way, you want to file for harassment saying that they assaulted you. What do you want to do? Die or be assaulted?
Yeah. Gotta be smart with it. I mean, even with mine, like I wear mine. Like the only time I will wear both of them is if I'm in the house.
And you shouldn't do that.
I'm on the toilet. Well, most times it's just me, but I don't even have them like super loud. But I don't even have them super loud. Like I don't have them black. I got old ears, so yeah, I can't do that because y'all mess them up even worse than sometimes even trying to hear something. But I have them at a decent level to where I can still hear my surroundings if something happens. Worst case scenario or normal case scenario, I usually only have one, and it's usually my right one because I hear better on my left side stronger. So
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you.
Uh-huh.
Because I have mine in my right ear because I hear better with my left. Look, I listened to a lot of music back in the day. super loud before there was any type of regulations on Walkmans.
Yeah.
Oh, but yes, please pay attention. Accidental death can happen at any time. And it's not just, let me go back. I'm trying not to make this episode morbid to the point to where I scare people. But sometimes you have to be scared straight. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I'm trying to help as much as I possibly can. And I'm only speaking on things that I know and I have not necessarily experience, but I know secondhand what's going on. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
I had a friend of mine who experienced something that was very tragic with a toddler. That was an extreme accidental death. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. It was a drowning. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's not good. And I'm not here to tell stories of anybody else's story. I'm just letting you know I experienced a lot of shit secondhand. And I can only educate myself on doing better and sending this knowledge out. I've never been one to hold knowledge. What's the point? Okay, I learned. I know how to do it.
Right.
I did it 22 times. Now what? Put the lime in the coconut. Now what? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now I need to show somebody else how to put the lime in the coconut. Once I've done it all these times, I'm going to get tired eventually, or I'm going to move along to do something else. Why not show this person, the next person, how to do it the exact same way? It was successful for me. If they follow this formula, it should be the same for them. Yes. No two stories, no two people are the same. I get it. But the formula ain't gonna change.
No.
You just gotta tweak it a little bit for yourself. You see what I'm saying?
Yep. 1 + 1 will always equal 2 and not Jell-O.
Exactly. I like my coffee black. 3 Splendors. That's it.
Splendors.
Maybe 4. That's it.
Splendors.
Sugar doesn't do it well. Splendor does. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's the same formula. I gotta just tweak it a little bit. Some people like cream. My stomach don't. Milk either. Ugh. You see what I'm saying? Same formula. You just gotta tweak it. It's no difference. And I'm gonna go off track. It's no difference if you having sex with somebody. Then you stop having sex with that person. You have sex with someone new. You have to tell them whether you like.
Yeah.
Life. Same formula. Just got to tweak it a little bit. I mean, sometimes I got to keep it simple, stupid for some people that can't catch on. And again, I'm not being mean, just being relatable.
Yeah.
It's tragic, but we all gotta do it. I'd rather have happy accidents than tragic accidents.
Big facts.
I was in a car wreck and I should not be here today. Right now. This happened 15 years ago. I should have been dead and gone.
I thought it was not longer than that.
Nope. Maybe 16. It happened the March of 2005. What year is this?
2022.
Okay. So March of 2005 should have been my death date. and I'll tell you this, and then I'll stop talking. I'm driving, leaving Sears. This is how old that shit is. Leaving Sears. I just picked up my glasses from Sears Optical, right? Brand new glasses. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I'm stunned, finna go to work, show off my glasses. Because I've always worn contacts. Very few people have ever seen me with glasses on. So I'm like, okay, cool, boom. Coming down the boulevard, right? And I'm at the tail of a van. This big black Buick comes full speed, hits me, driver's side, flips the car. I slide about, I don't know, a block in my car. And the roof did not cave in. Period. We slid, but the roof did not cave in. All the glass busted out. Not one airbag deployed.
Wow.
Not one. No airbags. The roof didn't cave in. And I always wear my seatbelt. I had my seatbelt on. That's the only thing that saved me. If not, all my shit that was in the back seat that went one way, and all my shit that was in the front seat that went one way, I would have been right in the road with it. Happy accidents, because I walked away from that. I did have to go to the hospital, get checked out and shit like that. I was messed up for about 3 years after that with like internal things, nightmares, tragedy stuff, brain swelling, small things. You know what I'm saying? Happy accident. But then what would have happened if, that shit would turn tragic?
Yeah.
At that time, I don't think...
Was that the Corsica?
Yep. It was a 1993 Corsica. Yes, I am telling my age. So, it was a 1993 Corsica. It was white with burgundy interior, baby. That was the best car ever made. I don't care what y'all say. It saved my life.
Yeah.
Saved my life. No airbags. The roof didn't come in. Something was supposed to have been broken. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah, but Lord was looking out for you that day.
Yes. Yes, definitely. So I'm a firm believer on getting your shit in order. I don't know. I still don't know if my parents had any type of life insurance policy. I know I had medical insurance. I'm sure they probably had something because I was... How old was I? I don't know. 19.
2005.
Living in a whole nother city. Driving and just doing God knows what. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure they probably had something, but the damage that it would have done to my parents.
Yeah.
If I would have died or got very injured, we got to think about that. You know what I'm saying? I want to set us up for success. We don't talk about that a lot in the Black community. And somebody may not want to hear it. And I apologize if you don't, or if I'm coming off too strong, but you can text me, email me, call me. Y'all have the email address. Hit us up on social media. I haven't been on Twitter in a while because I got another phone. Had to put the shit back on my phone. So I'm going to be on there in a couple days. Just bear with me. One thing at a time. So it's just hit me up. You know what I'm saying? If I'm coming off too strong, just let me know and we can sit down and we kind of talk about it on a one-to-one basis. And I'm okay with that. I know that I am an acquired taste and I'm not for everybody. I know this about myself, and it took me a long time to gain that confidence about myself.
Right.
I know I'm not for everybody.
Yeah, and some conversations just like you said, they just need to be had. We can have fun all we want to, and all we want to think about are the happy and good conversations. But sometimes we got to have those come to Jesus moments. We got to have those truthful and honest conversations, as much as they may hurt.
Exactly. We definitely have to have those, and I'm okay with having them if it saves somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yes.
So I don't mean to be mean. I really don't. It comes from a caring place. Because if I didn't care, I'll just tell the people who I know that's in my circle, hey, do X, Y, Z and keep it moving. But I'm putting it out there.
Yeah.
Because that's just who I am. So, hope this helps. I got my angel baby doll pose on.
Oh, Ting. Lord.
What?
Nothing at all.
Do you have anything that you want to share?
No, I think you pretty much covered everything. You hit the nail on the head when it comes to certain things, and like I said, when it comes to accidental death, it was nothing that I was aware of growing up. It was something that I only learned about. Shoot, even in the military, never heard anything about accidental death. But that was because we had the catch-all. It was like, okay, anything happens to you, we got, your family's gonna be, covered because we had SGLI, so Servicemen Life Group, insurance. So no matter what happened to us during that time, we, that's all we had to work. That was the most we had to do was pay $25 a month. $25 out of our paycheck. Every first.
Yeah.
So yeah, the idea of even thinking of an accidental death and that possibly not being covered was not an idea that I had in my head, like I said, up until the company that I'm with now.
And I don't think most people talk about it or think about it until they have children or someone close to them dies.
Goes through that, yeah.
And it's sad because it's been said that most Black folks don't get together for family reunions except for funerals.
Funerals, yeah.
And they don't talk about shit until then.
Yeah. Yeah, because
I will say that's my mama's side of the family. They don't get together to talk no more. They don't get together or talk about anything until it's a funeral. And we as a community have to stop that. Even when we were younger, grandma, great aunt, whomever, at least once a month had all the kids, cousins, and all that. Everybody got grown, did their own thing, which is perfectly fine. But we still have to remember to communicate with each other. It's an insurance. It's an insurance in every family. As somebody who does taxes in everybody's family. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As somebody who's a lawyer or knows a lawyer in everybody's family, we have to learn how to build our network in order to build our net worth. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
And it's a circle, and we got to learn how to use it. And while I'm saying this, I've been on this rampage lately.
No.
It's something simple. We got to stop using cash. Let that soak in. We have to stop using cash. Now, I had this conversation with Sherry. She said, I ain't gonna pay that surcharge. I get it. Some of them charge a fee to use your card under a certain balance. You got to have at least $3 to do or $5 to do. That's fine. And I know we have to make sure that our card isn't being used everywhere. Our information isn't being stolen. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. However, small things like you going to the car wash, use a debit card. You going to the grocery store, credit card, debit card, whatever. Use something where these merchants have to pay taxes towards the money that you have spent, because taxes came out of your money. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let taxes come out of their money. If we give them cash, guess what's going to happen? That's going to be a write-off. And I'm going to say this. Going to the nail shop to go get a pedicure for guys, if you're going to get a pedicure for women, use your debit card, because there's no way to show that that was an actual customer if you use cash. You can just write that off as loss of material, like you left the container open, somebody spilled it, an apprentice spilled it. You see what I'm saying? When it comes to material that you have to write off also.
Okay.
Use a debit card, because we need to catch up. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We need to catch up. All of these other communities are surpassing us, and we need to catch up.
Yeah.
And the only way we're going to catch up is if they start paying taxes towards a lot of things. And I could be wrong. I'm just going by what I observed and who I talk to.
Right. I mean, that's the only way we're going to be able to know anything. Yeah. Well, at least that wasn't as bad as your...
Don't get started, because I've already been on their website and I've sent an email and they got some other stuff going on, and I do not like it. They want everybody to start using coins. For what is I making them?
There we go.
I do not like the U.S. Mint and their overuse of making pennies. It's a fucking waste.
Yes, I met my quota. Good. At least once a season.
Ass.
At least once a season, gotta bring it up. But no, yeah, I totally agree with that. Yeah, we do have some catching up as a community, not just with money, but like you said, just in communication in general. I was listening to, actually, I was catching up to Alon's podcast, and shout out to Alon. And it was interesting that he had his sister on the episode, and you know, one of the main things that they talked about was communication. It's just like, when it comes to family, and you know, a lot of our family members can have the people that feel like the quote unquote black sheep. There's a reason behind it, but it's never communicated why it happens.
Because that person doesn't conform to the family's
That's it, right. And that can be seen on one side, but I won't say there's not a problem with not wanting to conform, but at times that person should at least be understood. It shouldn't just be a distance without understanding.
Yeah.
Because I mean, even after everything's said and done, that person can still continue to feel like the black sheep, but at least now everyone understands why. And those that want to make the effort to change that can. Those that are like, well, fuck it ain't hurt me, so keep going. So,
see, I'm both of those. I understand. I understand, and I'm like, fuck it. I mean, because what's the point in me keep repeating the same things over and over? You're going to keep repeating the same things over and over. It's just best that I avoid you and I go the other way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, it is what it is. But I hope that you guys enjoyed today's episode. Again, I apologize if I was a bit aggressive, but I'm just tired of, I'm going to take that back. I am passionate.
There we go.
About the Black community not being forgotten and not being and being used. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
We get used, we get abused, we get studied, we get poked and proud, and we don't get anything in return. Translation, we get fucked and we don't enjoy it. You see what I'm saying?
No lube.
No lube. And
no foreplay.
It's time for us to do better.
Yes.
If you are a parent and you care for your children and you want your children to have less worries than you did, and I'm not speaking on, oh, my mama didn't buy me no Jordans, I'm gonna buy my baby all the Jordans. Oh, my mama didn't buy me no polo, I'm gonna buy my baby all the polo. No, I'm talking about to the fact of you didn't go on any vacation trips. Your ass was stuck in the city going down to the recreation center. But now your children can because you know what you missed out on. Now let's set your grandchildren up. You know what I'm saying? Set your children up to where they can, quote unquote, retire early or not stress when it comes to them taking care of their children.
Yeah.
And down the line. You know what I'm saying? Get some land. Do what you got to do. Or go ahead and do your insurance policy. Like, I can't get the land and do the houses and stuff now, but I can put a little bit extra towards my life insurance policy so my children won't fight over it or child won't fight over it. You see what I'm saying?
Oh,
and
yeah.
That way everything is said and done. Your will, you got to notarize, your attorney, your advance directive, everything is done. I want all my assets split 3 ways. If you got 3 children, whoever you take care of, it could be your best friend. It don't even have to be your children if you don't like them. Whoever you wanted to give it to, have it said and done. So nobody fights over anything. Luckily, I didn't go through that with my siblings. We didn't fight over anything. You see what I'm saying? I say what I say because I speak from either my experience or secondhand. You see what I'm saying? Right. So just do what we got to do. I'm very passionate about that. Again, hit me up, text me, email me, call me, whatever. Just don't call me on Wednesdays.
Chicago night. Lesson to that.
Chicago night. Sorry. I'll be busy with Severide.
Yeah, we had to I had to learn from that experience of and I won't say to me directly, I've just seen it, but for family members fighting when it comes to death. And it's just like, I understand, some people feel like they have quote unquote more importance, or they feel like they were more important to that family member than others. But yeah, there's no need to, especially when you're still trying to get over someone's death, to be fighting over possessions, money, whatever. Like at the time, like maybe it's just me, but I would think that cooler heads would wait and, take care of matters afterwards. And I know with certain situations, you don't have that much time. Like when, I remember when my grandfather on my father's side passed. And, we, of course, family members had to get over to the department to start clearing it out. And, luckily for my family, we never had to fight over, certain things. You have, oh, well, this item reminds me, of this person. So let's go there. Or then, let me get this. Or, certain family member wants this to, piece of memorabilia. But yeah, you don't need certain things tearing apart a family, especially when it comes to that.
I agree. Why are you looking like that?
Nothing.
I agree. You have to be able to deal with things on a, I don't want to say a personal level, but you have to be able to be like, okay, prioritizing.
Yes.
this is important to get XYZ done before anything else gets done. Like you said, when you're dealing with like an apartment or assisted living, you have until the end of the month or the end of the lease or whatever unless it's paid up, to get everything out, done, because they got to clean it up, get it ready for the next tenant, because that's a business.
Yep.
They will be sensitive to the fact, but at the end of the day, that's still a business. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's just like a church. And they will let you use the church for a cost because it's a business.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? It's a place of worship, but it's a business. So you have to, like you said, cool heads got to step in. You got the go-to person, the strong person, going back to the strong family member, strong friend. We have got to stop counting on that strong person. Because I don't know if you notice or not, how strong a structure is, that bitch can crumble.
Yep.
And I'm done saying what I'm gonna say. And good night. Mic drop.
No, yes, indeed. Yeah, definitely got to check on those people as well. But yeah, like Miss MVP said, we may have torn the Band-Aid off, but hopefully you've gotten something out of this, and you'll be able to share with others or have conversation with others about it, especially those that need it. Check us out on all social media, whether it be Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok. We're all there. Convos in the Park. Easily find us. Check us out on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel so that way you can, and notifications so that way you know when the newest episodes drop. Be prepared. We'll be going to video content soon. We're still working on some things, but we'll get it ready for y'all soon.
We ready. We ready. We just had some technical difficulties, logistical issues, one would say. But we ready.
And not also along with that, we plan on having our first live soon.
I did not agree to that in writing. He's gonna have his first live soon.
Yeah.
I will show up eventually. This lotion stinks.
And with that, folks,
it does.
Until the next time, have you had that combo yet?
Peace.
We'll catch y'all next time. Peace.